Kyle. Hello, Diane. Dear Marcus and James, I have found profound differences in the way that folks worship at Mass, as I have attended parishes other than my own within my archdiocese. Some parishes stand during the Eucharistic prayer, others kneel. Some parishes hold hands during Our Father, others don't. Aren't all churches required to follow the Church's prescriptions regarding the proper order of the Mass? Thank God for EWTN, The Journey Home, and Catholic Answers.
All parishes are required to follow what the Holy See has laid down regarding the Church's liturgical law. There are a considerable number of options built into the liturgy. It's not monolithic. The Church does allow options for things to be done differently in different settings, and that may account for some of the diversity that she is encountering. It may not account for all of it, but basically she's absolutely correct. Parishes are required to follow what the Holy See has laid down for the celebration of the liturgy in our country.
Maybe time to ask this question. In your own journey into the church, how did you deal with the fact that sometimes you do attend a Mass from here to there where they don't seem to be following?
Well, I would lump that under the general heading of problems in the church, because the Catholic Church is full of sinners, just like every church, and bad things happen, things that shouldn't happen in the Catholic Church, just like in every other church. I mean, we would expect that. After all, Jesus said, I came to call the sinners, not righteous. And so what I did when I was just starting out in my journey towards the church was I said, look, I have to focus on what's true. It doesn't matter how bad circumstances are. Circumstances can always be bad. I have to focus on what's true. If the Catholic Church is true, if its theology is true, if it is the real church, then I have to be part of it. The solution, if there's a problem, is not to hop out of the lifeboat. It's to hop into the lifeboat and start bailing. And a particular biblical incident was instructive to me in this regard. If you look at the beginning of the first book of Samuel, we encounter Eli and his sons. And his sons are very wicked priests. They took portions of the offerings that they were not supposed to, so that was a liturgical abuse. They were also known for cohabiting with the women who served at the temple, and we've certainly seen parallels to that in not just the Catholic Church, but elsewhere in Christendom in this century. And what I said to myself was, look, if I had been a pagan and based my decision on whether to follow God on the performance of these priests, I would have said, oh, well, this can't be true. These guys are so unholy. They're committing all these horrible acts. And I would have stayed a pagan, and I would have missed the true religion. So what I have to do is not focus on the performance of individuals. I have to focus on the truth of the system.
And that's a message of history, too. You look at the history of the church. It's focusing on the passing on of the deposit of faith. That is what is essential, the core that draws us to